I'm Niamh and I'm 12 years old. This is the story made up. Michelle and Tommy had the worst teacher. If you thought your teacher was bad, he was over 1,000 times worse. If someone was naughty, he would make them stand outside and get the rest of his class to throw water at them. So nearly all the kids went home soaking. He would also make his class get to school an hour, no, 2 hours before everyone else, so they arrived at 7. Now, Mr. Smith was very particular. He had a coffee at 7:30. Now, he would have a chart next to him, and that chart would have each children's name. On Monday, it would be Michelle and Tommy. The second day, it would be someone else, and so on and so on. And this would go on week after week. He was obsessed with coffee. Now, nobody liked him. And so, one day, on Thursday, let's say, Michelle and Tommy decided a plan. They were gonna prank Mr. Smith. They had to go careful about it, so they decided, because Monday was their turn to do the coffee, they were gonna do something to his coffee. So, when Monday came, and the teacher yelled, "Get me my coffee!" Michelle and Tommy grabbed the flask and went into the teacher's room. They made sure no one was there so their plan could be in action. So, no one was there, which was really lucky. They got the coffee. Now, Mr. Smith liked it black, no sugars, and they were going to change that order. What they did is they put the coffee down, they kept it black, and they put in 1 sugar. Tommy kept explaining, this isn't enough, he's not going to notice. So Michelle said, okay, fine, we'll put some pepper in. Tommy went over to the desk and he grabbed 5 drops, 5 circles of pepper. Michelle counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into his coffee. They knew he wouldn't notice until he sipped it, and then it would be too late. The class would already be laughing and he'd already have an awful taste in his mouth. You see, Mr. Smith liked nothing joyful. He didn't like children, he didn't like his job, even though that wasn't even joyful. He didn't like cake, he didn't like birthdays, he didn't even like ice cream. But most of all, he hated spice. And pepper, well, that was spicy. So when Michelle and Tommy got back to the classroom, Michelle said, "Here's your coffee." They looked at each other and did a funny little laugh. You know that laugh? Everyone knows that laugh, except Mr. Smith. He looked at the coffee. It felt wrong. He was a smart man. He maybe didn't like his job, but he felt the cup was a bit heavier than it was all those other times. He smelt it. Something was wrong. He smelt it again. And his big, long nose stuck out in front of him. He looked at the children and screamed, "Who put pepper in my coffee?" The children looked scared. They didn't know what to do. He looked at Michelle and Tommy. He stared at them, his black eyes looking into their souls. At least that's what it felt like. And then he began to scream, "You did this!" They looked at each other really scared. But then they started blabbering. They didn't know what to say. They didn't want to get in trouble. They didn't want to go home drenched. And so they started talking. Michelle started talking about fishing. She said, "And then me and my dad." It was so boring. Everyone in the class got boreder and boreder. And then Tommy started talking about tidying. And then Michelle went in and they were both talking about tidying and fishing. The class and Mr. Smith was so bored. So they decided, well, they fell asleep. The class and Mr. Smith